It's time to throw some credit where credit is due.
Credit.
It is time to give the actual deserving team the top billing in Major League Baseball. And I want to lead with a team that's actually earning it, earning that attention on the field. Wisco fan, I know you know exactly where I'm going with this. Wisco fan, I know exactly what you're thinking because I know the only thing that you're all thinking about right now is your beloved Brew Crew. Oh, and Jordan loves Digit, but mostly the Brew Crew, a.k.a. the best team in baseball, and it's not even close. They are. They're not the hottest team. They're the best team. They're actually both, but by a mile. And that's not an opinion, and that's not lava. That is just the scoreboard talking. Standings, look up at them and see that team running away from the pack, leading all of Major League Baseball by 5 games. A 5-game lead on the entire field. I'm not saying they lead their division by 5 games. They don't lead the National League by 5 games. They lead everybody by 5 games. Now, it helps that they just ran off 10 in a row. It helps that they run off 25 of their last 29. 25 of 29 games. And maybe even more impressive, they're 49-16 in their last 65 games. So that's not even a heater anymore. That's playing a third of the season hotter than the surface of the sun. Like, that's a historic run. So it's not just outrageously impressive. It kind of feels personal. Now, I don't want to take too much credit for this.
For real.
But I am going to take some of the credit for this. You know why? I deserve some of the credit for this. And not just because Wisco is my home away from home and where Dodger Jano is right now, where Jake Rome is right now, but my Wisco half fam is my half fam, actually. It's also because the nuclear heater that I frankly started when I showed up in the Northwoods. There is no denying it. When I showed up in God's country, beautiful lake country, about a month and a half ago, this team was 10 games over 500. Nothing wrong with that. Except right now, they're 30 games over 500. 30! Not long before I showed up in Wisco, the Brewers were 6.5 games back of the Cubs. As of right now, they're 6.5 ahead of the Cubs. So I'm happy to give them their due credit. I just want to make sure that I get my due credit. Credit for the karma. Even if at times it is hard to comprehend how any of this is happening or exactly how they're doing it. I mean, don't get it twisted. I watch them a lot. I know how they're doing it. They play great team ball every single day. They do not beat themselves. They hit, they pitch, they defend. They've got live bullpen arms. They're aggressive on the base pass. They check nearly every single box as a group. So it does make a lot of sense that they are winning like crazy. It's just that normally on a team that is this dominant, normally on a team that's 30 games over 500, you have star power. Way more star power than this team has. Usually, when a team is this hot and this good, you've got 1 or 2 stars. I mean, alphas that are pushing the whole group. But it really is not the case with this team. As an example, no Brewer is a major league leader in any offensive category, if you can believe that. The pitcher with the best ERA on the Brewers has the 17th best ERA in baseball. So they don't just not have clear standout players, superstars. They apparently don't even need them because they still kick ass every single day when they show up at the yard. Now, it does help that they know how to win. It does help that they've got some NAD. It does help that they've got a brass set, as the Mets found out the hard way this weekend. You know, the big money Mets. The Mets who went out and ripped Juan Soto from the Yankees. You know, the Mets with a payroll that is almost exactly 3 times the Brewers' payroll. They go into Wisco this past weekend, riding 4 straight losses. They were desperate for some wins. They had to get right. Now, not easy to get right against the best team in baseball, but if you're the Mets with that payroll and you think that you've got actual world championship aspirations, then you're going to go in there and you're going to handle your business. You're going to get those dubs. And you know what they came away from? They came away from it with exactly 0.0 dubs, despite the fact that they led in every single game. I mean, a rather hilarious series, if you ask me. Maybe not to the Mets. But the Brew Crew managed to come back on them all 3 games, including the finale, which the Mets led 5-0. They were up 5-0. They were going to salvage something, man, some dignity, some pride, a dub, until this happened.
Collins, fly ball, deep in the right field. Isaac Collins, it is a walk-off home run. He's done it again. His first ever. And the Brewers have won their 9th straight game.
Man, these dudes are so good. They are so fun. They are so awesome. Look at them ripping the Mets' souls directly out of their bodies while the entire place just goes nuts. Like, that's the Brew Crew vibe right now. The energy, the belief, the passion for that team. It's about ready to blow that roof right off. It's amazing. And while I do think that I deserve some, if not plenty of the credit for bringing the karma, I'm not a pig about it. I'm more than willing to share it. I'll admit that, for instance, Andrew Vaughn probably does deserve some as well, because the Brewers might not have huge star power, but they do have that guy. And that guy's been swinging it like a star ever since they made that move for him back in mid-June. Even though when they traded for this dude, he was down in AAA. But this is why these guys are who they are. Because with that payroll, they've got to make decisions like that, and they've got to hit on those decisions. Vaughn only joined the big league Brewers on July 7th. But since then, that dude is hitting .348, and the Brewers are 23-4. That any good? I'm still going to take my credit for the karma, except I'll give Andrew Vaughn some credit for being that unexpected piece that has this team seemingly unbeatable. This dude gets broken off by one of the worst teams in baseball and then just shows up on the best team in baseball and makes it even better. This guy gets broken off by the worst team in baseball. Like, one of the worst players, allegedly, on the worst team in baseball, and now he's the best player on the best team in baseball. Or at least in the conversation. But the guy who really deserves credit and attention is my man, Pat Murphy. What an incredible manager. What an incredible career. And this guy might be doing his best work of that illustrious career right about now. Love this dude. Love this dude. Which brings me to something else I love. Pocket Pancakes. Didn't know about them till recently. Know all about them right now. Pocket Pancakes. Yet another source of the good karma and the good vibes in Milwaukee.
Good karma.
And how Wisconsin of them. I know because we have a house in Wisconsin. I know because we spend time there. But even I had never seen a pocket pancake. Now, if you don't know anything about this, 11 days ago, the Brewers were playing an Apple TV game. That's still a thing. And Murph was interviewed during that broadcast. And for pretty obvious reasons, this exchange went viral.
I like a lot of different things during the game. There's pancake. I got a little pocket pancake right here that I munch on. They're wonderful. You want some?
Oh, those are delicious. Pizza, bagels, what else do you keep in your pocket?
Whatever fits.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Anyway, that aside, what else do you keep in your pocket? Whatever fits. Anyway, what's poppin', Twitter? So this dude, thanks, Alex, this dude pulls a pancake out his back pocket and actually ate it. And then offered the reporter a bite, and she did too. And obviously, since then, that team hasn't lost. You don't lose when you break out a pancake from your pocket live mid-game. Of course they haven't lost. They haven't lost since the pocket pancake was consumed. They're now 10-0 since Pat Murphy introduced the world to the concept of the pocket pancake. Of course, they're already selling pocket pancakes in the ballpark. And why not? That didn't take long. Check it out. They should just run all their concessions through Murph's Pocket right now. You want a burger? Here's Murph's Pocket Burger. It's warm because he sat on it for a half inning. You want a hot dog? Here's Murph's Pocket Dog. I know, sounds a little creepy, but at least it comes with a bun, unlike those naked dogs at the Speedway Classic. So, which is it? What is more responsible for this unthinkable, unimaginable heater that the Brew Crew is on right now? Is it Murph's Pocket Pancakes? Is it Andrew Vaughn getting called up from AAA and blasting and tearing the cover off the ball every single day? Or is it yours truly showing up to the Northwoods 6 weeks ago and bringing and leaving the jungle karma right there? Think clones, you know the answer. As always, the answer is yes. So let me ask you yet again, before you come at me hard as Dodger Jim, who is the best team in baseball? Is it the defending world champion Dodgers? Busted up, maybe not even the best team in their own division right now, and getting bloodied by little bro down the road, the Angels. Even Dodger Jim can't argue for the Dodgers right now, so it's not them. Is it the major market Mets, who ripped Juan Soto from the Yankees? Circling the drain, losers of 11 of their last 12. Is it the Yankees? In danger of missing the postseason and playing like they want to get their manager, Aaron Boone, fired? No, the best team in baseball is the Milwaukee Brewers. And no, they're not just that hot. They really are that good. They really are that deep. They really are that fundamentally sound, that fast, that legit. And yes, they're legit enough to win it all. Yeah, I said it. They're not some nice little regular season story. They're a bleeping juggernaut right now. This very well could be their time. Especially if they're packing pocket pancakes. Yo, Pat. Yo, Skip. I think I might start doing that for the show. I'm seeing all the good energy, all the good vibes. You're never hungry. You got fuel. This dude's pulling pancakes out of his pocket.